All right, welcome back to the Triple Crown News Minute presented by Equine Equipment. This weekend, Ray, it's hard to believe already, the Kentucky Derby prep races are wrapping up. The last 100-point race on Saturday is the Arkansas Derby, which has traditionally been a very strong setup for the Kentucky Derby. This year, it looks like it could be no different. One of the top contenders is Magnum Moon, the favorite in here, and along with Justify, is one of the top Derby contenders who didn't race as a juvenile.
You mentioned this is the last of the preps. This is the traditional closing day feature at Oaklawn Park. It's the last year we're going to say that. Starting next year, Oaklawn Park is extending their meeting by 3 weeks. They'll close on Kentucky Derby Day starting in 2019. You know, you mentioned Magnum Moon is the favorite in the race. I think of this race as a favorites type of race because of American Pharoah and some of the other favorites that have won in recent years. But 4 of the last 10 have been won by big long shots. You've got Danza, who won it a few years ago at 40-1, Creator a couple of years ago at 11-1, Arch at 25-1, and Line of David at 17-1. So there's been some big bombs in this race in the past.
Yeah, and there are some candidates in here for that. One of them might be Tenfold, another horse who didn't start as a juvenile, who's only had 2 races, both in 2018. He's one of 3 horses in here trained by Steve Asmussen, so that's one of the storylines. He's got a third of the field, and he's done well in this race. And so has Bob Baffert. He has Salamini, who shipped from the West Coast, and you know Baffert always does well in these Arkansas races. So this is a pretty contentious field, and besides Magnum Moon and Quip, who are both set on Derby points, there are some others that I mentioned there that aren't set and need a finish.
Yeah, you mentioned Tenfold, too. From a pedigree standpoint, Curlin and Tappet, if you like those two of the leading sires in America, Tenfold is by Curlin out of a mare by Tappet. So that's quite a pedigree for classic distance.
Absolutely. The weather forecast for Hot Springs on Saturday, a little chilly, maybe 60 degrees, but it doesn't look like we're getting any precipitation, so that'll be a welcome thing. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Triple Crown News Minute. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Equine Equipment offers manufacturers discounts to all farms, big or small. We represent the world's finest manufacturers of mowers, tractors, commercial equipment, and paint. Our partners deliver the industry's best value. From the family farm or commercial facility, Equine Equipment welcomes every active equine participant. All equipment is bought at your local dealer. Our job is to let your dealer know that you are eligible for these special discounts. It's just that simple. Equine Equipment, the best value for your hard-earned money.